The first time I got my period, I was in 7th grade, so I was 12, and I was on a road trip, on a family vacation, and I got to the hotel, and I was like, why when I pee is the toilet red? And I could not understand, and I was like, okay, the hotel put something in it that dyed it. It did not occur to me that I had started my period until I told my mom, and she was like, oh, that was it. This is my bed, and period stains do not wash out of these sheets. It's kind of very embarrassing, so I'm glad you're filming it. So, I don't know, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I fall asleep and everything gets messed up. And sometimes that's how life goes. Oh, you don't have periods, baby.
When I was in grade school many years ago, they did barely teach us about them. But I feel like they almost made it look like you did need to be hush-hush about it, and they kind of swept it under the rug like they do with their sex education.
That was good. Action. This is the feminine care aisle of CVS. There's like pads and tampons and stuff.
It's just a disc. How do you feel about discs?
I'm bad. I don't have a DVD player, so.
When I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, we used to go in and out of the building with clear bags that, because they didn't want people stealing, they called it shrinkage, which I think is a funny term. They didn't want people stealing from the store, so you had to have a clear bag. And I remember just the security personnel, which were mostly men, used to just get so freaked out if there were tampons in there. And I used to be like, dude, I'm sorry, you're gonna make me carry a clear bag. I have to have tampons. So what we used to do, a friend and I, we used to stuff them with, I would say like 25 of them, just to freak this one security guard out. So when we would come and go, he'd be like, oh. So it was just kind of our way of subtly getting back at him for making our menstrual cycle a negative thing.
I use the brand that's like, I don't even know what it's called, thiscisl.com. Anyways, it's like organic-y. It's kind of more expensive, but also it feels so much better, and it makes me, and the packaging is cuter. So that's important to me. But also it does this thing that like, for every like one you buy, it like donates one to like, to a girl in need. And so, yeah, I think it's nice.
Do you know about periods?
I'm gonna hit you with a yes.
As Nora's brother, how do you feel about Nora bleeding out of her vagina once a month?
Kind of sucks for her. Too bad.
It does kind of suck.
I sure do want to go through menopause.
Gross. It's the Crimson Tide.
That's from my vagina.
When I was young in grade school, I was the first girl to have my period, and I was embarrassed about it. Again, Catholic school. So I didn't tell anybody, nobody knew. And I went to CYO camp in the summer, and my mom told me, you need to pack your pads. And of course I didn't want to, because, you know, if I don't pack them, it doesn't happen. And I was laying on my bed at camp, playing around in my shorts and underwear, and one of my friends looks over and says, oh my God, I think you started your period. And I was so embarrassed. It was like devastating.
Oh, sorry, Aunt Flo is coming to town. The Crimson Tide is here. The red badge of courage is upon us. Moon time, baby. I'm checking into the Red Roof Inn. I am receiving Mother Nature's gift, if you know what I mean.
But I did have an experience where I did bleed on a chair in a restaurant. So I always felt kind of badly about that. I think I tried to clean it up.
It's just normal. Like, it's just your body doing its thing. So there's no reason to, like, you know, stop your whole life for it. But if you're not as productive, that's okay, because your body is literally, like, filtering itself out. I don't know how periods work. It's your body is just, like, doing something. So it's okay if, like, you need to take a break sometimes, or you can't do as much as you usually do. That's okay. Like, you're in a kind of, like, different state. Why are you licking my knee? Because she supports people with uteruses.
People need to not be embarrassed about them. They happen. People need to be able to go to the store and buy whatever they need. A man should be able to go and buy whatever supplies his wife or girlfriend or mom or sister needs, and nobody should be embarrassed. There's a stigma, and people are embarrassed, and that stigma needs to go away.
It's a physiological condition. It is nothing to be ashamed of. I wish that we could demystify periods. I think it's gotten a lot better from when I was a young person, where the commercials were about a woman walking in a field of daisies, and you kind of had to figure out how that had anything to do with shedding the lining of your uterus. But it's gotten a little better, but it is a normal part of your physiology, and, you know, kind of celebrated.